welcome to Studio Nicole. I am Nicole, and I'm so glad that you're here. Today is Thursday. It's the day before I leave for Pages Unbound. And I did say to myself that I wanted to sit down and try to make some art today. And I wanted to record some kind of an art video this week because it really does, it does help me to sort of relax and feel more like myself when I'm making art. Um, but I just don't feel like it today. Uh, I just don't have it in me. I don't know. I think my brain is like in planning mode and event prep mode, and I just can't quite shut that off. Um, so what I am going to do instead, well, I was going to do my weekly memory keeping journal because I have all those photos ready to go, and I haven't updated it in a couple of weeks, so I thought I would do that. That is this journal. Uh, okay. So the last update that I did was June 29th to July 5th. So I have a couple of weeks that I could work on. But when I printed the photos, they all printed in like this weird green color. So obviously my ink needs to be replaced. So that's out. I don't have any replacement ink right now. I can't deal with it right now. So I decided what I'm going to do, what I am feeling the call to do. And this is a little bit unusual for me, maybe, perhaps. Um, so at Pages Unbound, we are going to be making a Cascade Journal. And I have been loving like these bright, vibrant colors. I've been working with this purple, orange, yellow color palette. I did my last one in like really vivid yellows and greens. I did a whole series in pink and black. So I love like this vibrant color palette. But I also, as you can see here, evidenced by all this in front of me, I also love to collect like vintagey neutral papers. Um, so I think I might make my Cascade journal this weekend at the retreat in like a vintage palette, which is a little bit of a departure for me. But I might try it. I'm just feeling like that's what I want to do. And so I might I might I might just do that, right? Why not? So in order for that to happen though, that does mean that I have to pack a bunch of vintagey supplies because those are not kind of packed in my typical retreat prep stuff. I did not pack myself a ton of like vintage stuff. So I am going to just go through and pull out a selection of this paper and some of these ephemera items so that I will have like a good mix to work with when I'm there because there isn't going to be, I'm going to be about an hour away from home, an hour away from my studio, and I'm going to be kind of stuck working on or working with whatever supplies I bring. I am bringing like a ton of stuff. But like I said, a lot of it is like paints and spray inks, and a lot of it is not this vintage palette. So I wanted to go through and kind of pull some of these things. I'm going to grab some base papers. So just going for a selection of base papers in a vintage feel. And that's primarily going to be in this bin. Um, no, it's a little bit of a mix. There's a lot of stuff here. And I do have like some papers available. But I might as well just grab some things that will work. Yeah, because I have like the papers that were in the welcome kit. I did make like an extra welcome kit so that I could pull from it if I needed to, or so that if somebody needed extras of something that I would have them. So I have that available to me, but again, when I create, I like to have a lot of selection. I like to have a lot of choice um to work with because I never know what I'm going to want in the minute. So I tend to overpack because of course I do. I do. I overpack for everything always and forever. So why would this be any different? Oh, I have some printables here. I have some tea-dyed paper. Mm, these printables are nice. I printed these for a journal making class. So I might just grab a couple of these. I try to edit. I'm trying not to take every single thing I own. It's hard because that's my impulse. But what are you gonna do? All right, I think that's good. That's a lot of just plain vintagey type papers, right? I've got a good selection here of things that I can work with, more than I would need really for a Cascade journal. Sometimes it actually helps to have a limited selection because then you reduce the decisions that you can make. Like you have to work with what you've got. I don't love that as a strategy, but it won't kill me. I'm going to pile everything on the back page because the back pages are going to be the biggest and that makes it easier to pick up. So that's that pile. Now, what I have here is a bunch of vintage ephemera. And there's actually even more. I have some stuff that I haven't taken out of the packaging yet that I want to go through. But I'm going to start by going through some of this. These are embossed Paris like Paris writing and things that I traded for years ago. I've had these for many, many years. So I might just I'm just going to grab a page of this. Do I want the embossed? I don't know. So grab a couple of those and that. Okay. That was all in this bin. This is all Paris stuff. I've never been to Paris, but I studied French in school and I would love to go. So I think I have a whole little collection of Paris stuff. I have these. This is not going to work in a Cascade journal. I don't really think any of these postcards necessarily are going to work. Um, I love the handwriting on that one. Maybe I'll grab. Oh, look, it's another. That one goes in the Paris bin. Um, I love these road signs in England. All right, grabbing a couple of those. I've got some of these like tags, a few of these things. I don't know if I'm going to go with like a vintage botanical or vintage travel. I haven't gotten that far yet. I don't know yet. Um, but there's some papers, a few little tags and papers. Just gonna grab a selection. Just throw some things in the pile. I'm not being too precious about it. Just grabbing a few things there. These little papers are super cute. I'll just throw that whole little thing in there because why not? These are some of my favorite washi tapes. I'm just gonna grab all of them because they're already in a little bin or a little, it's not a bin, it's a bag. They're already in a little bag. So why not? Just grab all of them. Nobody ever accused me of being a minimalist. I love I love these. I got these again. I got this whole bin is from a journal and making workshop that I put on a few months ago. And I don't know. I want to use all of it. I just want to take it all. These packs, probably too much. This has got just a bunch of little scraps in it. So I might take this just because it's already like contained. It's in a little scrap pack. Um, these are vintage stickers. There's a ton of these. Maybe I'll take this pack instead of these two books. It's a little more compact. I'm not going to take any of those packs. I love this paper, so I definitely want to take a little bit of that paper, a little bit of this paper. I've got, this is all like vintage sea stuff, like nautical. I'm not gonna do that, probably. I'm not gonna take this bin of stickers. There's some tissue papers in here that might be nice. I'm just gonna take some scraps. I don't need like big pieces of the tissue paper. I'm just gonna take some of these little scraps. Um, more, this is more of a botanical. I like this, but I feel like I have lots of this stuff kind of already, so I don't necessarily need this pack of paper. So I'm not gonna take that. Got some of that. I'm not taking that one. There's another. Oh, these are all individual pages. These would be maybe easier because then I wouldn't have to take the whole pack. I could just pick out a few, but then it's so much to go through. They're so pretty though. It's hard to pick. You just want to take everything. It's all so pretty. It's all so pretty. I'll never in a million years be able to use all of this. Like, it's a good thing that I have journal workshops and I share all of this stuff with other people because I would never be able to use all this up. I love this paper. I absolutely want to take some of this. Just need one sheet of it. It's probably more than I would need to, but one sheet feels reasonable. I love this, but I've already got, oh, that's kind of much darker. It's much more orange. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take some of this because you can never have too much of this. Just put my little clip back on there so it does unravel. Got some of that. See what else is in here. It looks like I'm getting to the bottom, but don't worry, I have more. Autumn letters. I don't know that I'm going to want any of that. I think this is a empty container. These are some more little pieces. I don't think I need any of those. It's a little butterfly. Oh, I love this paper. I love it. It's not really very vintagey, but I'm gonna grab it anyway because maybe I might cut it out and use a little bit of it. And I think that's it, folks, for this bin at least. That's all. I've got some tags. I'll take that sheet of paper because I can cut those tags out if I decide I want to. All right, all of this is going back in, and then let me grab the rest of what I've got to go through. Okay, so for starters, I'll go through these little packs that I just got. This I think is like national parks, traveling, Canyonlands, Yellowstone. I don't think I'm going to use any of these in this journal. And they're pretty heavy duty. They're pretty like hard stocky. So it's not really what I'm looking for anyway. I love these napkins. I can get the plastic open. They look like library date due stamps. Again, I'm not sure of the theme of this journal that I'm going to make, so I don't know if this is going to fit or not, but it won't hurt to just bring one of these. And then these vellum pages. I got some of these that look like sandstone, like minerals, and it was so gorgeous. So I wanted to order some more in some different kinds. So this, I don't know, you can see like my hand through it. It's pretty transparent. So I love the map. So I'm just gonna grab just a couple random. Goes back in here. And then this one was a little bit more botanical. I think it had like honeybee element to it. Does that sound right? Or maybe it's like this, it's just the hive, like the hexagonal. That's what made me think honeybee. It's not actually honeybee, but yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab a couple of those. And I'm gonna put all the rest of this back in that bin with the other stuff. This goes there, this goes there, this goes over there. This was a happy mail that I just got from Patreon. Let me see if there's anything in here that might work. These colors are pretty vivid. Um, so I'm not, that could be something. I love the pattern paper, not pattern paper, like it's almost like mulberry paper. Okay. Oh, and I love this color palette at the back here. This one. Whoop. I love these reds and yellows. Bringing that. Okay. So far, what I have here is just a little pack of paper and ephemera. I'm going to try and organize it just a little bit because it is a little bit of a mess. I'm going to put the smaller stuff into this is not ephemera, these are all like scraps. So let me find another one of these little bins. This is a these are papers. These are papers. Okay, so I have a little pile of papers. I have these scraps, and then I have a little just grabbing an empty bag here to put this ephemera in. Of course, I closed it instead of opening it. All right. And the one thing is too big. So I'm just going to cut it down into pieces, put that in there. All right. Okay. So this is what I'm taking. It's not a big pile. I mean, this is pretty like there's not a whole lot to it, right? So there's that little pile and then there's my washi tapes, which yes, there's a lot of it's like bulky, but it's not too bad. Okay. This is my this is my tool bag. I might have to move the camera up. This is my tool bag with like my personal tools that I'm going to take to work on stuff. Um, so there are already a couple of things in here. I did already have like a little bag full of like fiber and fabric and stuff that I tossed in here that was on my desk. Um, this is the paper book that I got. I want to bring it because there might be some things in it that I want to go through and use. And then the rest of this is all mostly like tools. Um, some of my little collage clusters are down here. And yeah, so I think that I can just toss this right in here, just like that. And that covers that. Um, So that's ready to go. And then all I have to do now is put this in the bin where all the extra papers are. So I have a plastic bin where I just have like some of the extras. This is all extra stuff from the things that I packed in the welcome kits. So I just threw extras that I had in here, and I'm gonna just throw my pile of stuff right on top. Okay. So this is not very full. There's just a little bit in here. And then what it was working. I don't know if it'll work now that I just put that last bit in here, but my tool bin kind of there we go, sits right down in this. So it's just easy to like grab the whole thing, and it's kind of like transporting one component. It's got all the papers on the bottom and it's got the tools on the top, and I can just take the whole thing. So I think that's going to be my video for today, guys. I think that might be it. Oh, I have a few things up here. These are some of the things that I made. These are a few things that I set aside for a different project, but these will go in the ephemera bin because I put them right up in front of me so I wouldn't forget to use them the next time I had a project, and I don't want to forget them. So I'm gonna grab them. I'm gonna put them in my bin, and I will see you next week. I'm probably going to need a couple of days to debrief after or to like decompress, sorry, after the retreat. But I will do a retreat debrief and kind of tell you guys how it went. I will let you know if I'm sure I'll do some filming while I'm there, and you guys will be able to see a little bit about how it went. And we might do a redo in November. It looks like that's what I'm aiming for at this point. So thank you so much for being here with me. I'm sorry that my whole channel has turned into retreat prep. All day, all night retreat prep all the time. Hopefully, like I said, that'll be over soon and I can get back to just doing some creating with you all. So thanks for being here. Have a great day. I will see you later.